Hi, my name is Jordan Forrest, and I'm making this video to share a dream or vision, if you will, that I had. It was actually almost 2 years ago, and I know this is long overdue, and I should have shared it at the time, but I was being selfish and I was thinking about myself. But this isn't about me, this is about God, and I just want God to use me and continue to use me. So I had this dream. It was only like a week or 2 weeks after I was saved and after I gave my life to God. And so I was still a new creature in Christ. And there was a lot at the time that I didn't understand in the dream, but I started understanding it now as I have grown in my faith and grown in my walk with God. So like I said, I should have made this video as soon as it happened. I shouldn't have waited, but I'm doing it now. So I just pray that God just forgives me for waiting so long, and that He just uses this video for His glory and uses it to spread the word and help somebody else. So okay, so in my dream, I was in the car with my husband now, but at the time he was my boyfriend, and I was in the car with him, and we were driving to an island, St. Simon's Island, and we were just on this long road, and then I turn around because I see in the rearview mirror all of these people running after us, and they were scared for their lives, and they were covered in boils, and you could see the pain all over them and the fear in their face, and I could tell they were running for their lives, and I didn't understand what was going on. And then we get to this store, and we go inside the store, and it's like nothing's happening. Like the people inside don't know of anything going on outside. So we get to the store, and at the time, like I said, I was a new Christian. So for me to go talk to somebody about God, that was a big step for me. But in my dream, I went up to these people, the workers there that were working behind the counter, and there was 3 of them. And 2 of them wanted to listen to me, and the other one didn't want to listen to me. And so I just started talking to them about God, which now I realize that was God's way of telling me that I need to be a disciple, and I need to start spreading the word. I need to go start talking to people about God and His glory. And so I was talking to them, and it was a great conversation, and then we ended up leaving the store, not buying anything. So we get back outside, and we get in the car, and I look to the sky, and I see these symbols. There were 5 symbols, and I'm not sure what all 5 were. I remember one was a crown, like you wear on your head, and I can't remember what the other symbols were. But after I saw those symbols, I knew that Jesus was coming. Like, I don't know why I knew it, because at the time I didn't know anything about the symbols in the sky and what to look for. But in my dream, it was clear to me that Jesus was coming, and that this was the beginning of the end. And I was praying, and I was praying out loud. I was praying for all of my family, all of my loved ones, praying that they knew God as their Lord and Savior, and just praying to God to reveal Himself to them while it wasn't too late, and just to work in their lives and their hearts. And so I just kept praying, and I went to use my phone to call my mom, and for some reason the phones weren't working. Nothing was working. I couldn't text, I couldn't call, which was another reason why I knew it was the rapture. I'm not sure why, but in my dream I was assured that that was something that was going to happen when the rapture came, that we wouldn't be able to use our phones. So yeah, so I tried calling her, and I couldn't, which that just made me pray even more. And I was praying and praying and praying. And so we're on our way to Darien, which is a little city in a county called McIntosh County in Georgia. And we are heading to this 4-way. and there are signs all over the road telling us to turn around and to not keep going because it was dangerous. And we ignored the signs because we were trying to run away from the chaos, which is in a way funny because you're not going to be able to run away from it. You're not going to be able to run away from what's coming. And so we kept going, ignoring the signs. We kept going, and we went through a road that was flooded. And then we get to a four-way, and there's a few cars in front of us. And I look around, and the whole city is almost gone. It's on fire, and it's burning, and there's smoke everywhere. But all of these cars were going this way, and I didn't understand it because it was on fire. And the car in front of us, all of a sudden, it disappeared. And I saw the devil, and he was standing at the four-way, and he was wearing a white robe, and he was holding a pitchfork, and I could never see his face, but he started talking to me, and his voice, it was so soft, it was so young, it was very intelligent, just like a young man. And he started talking to me, and he told me that when he hit his pitchfork on the ground, that all of the destruction, all of the fire, all of the death, it was like shielded. And so these people couldn't see it. They couldn't see all of the bad stuff that was going on, but I could see it. And so these people thought they were going to a safe place, but it wasn't. And then we just kept driving, and I saw the flash of the devil, and his head, it was outlined like almost like a horse or some kind of animal. I couldn't see clearly. It was just like a silhouette of his head. And then, like I said, his body, he was wearing a white robe with holding his pitchfork. And so right away, as soon as we start driving, we ended up standing in front of this tree. Like nothing else happened in between. Like it was just a flash. Like we were driving, and then the next thing I know, I blinked my eyes, and me and my boyfriend at the time, we were standing in front of this tree. And it was just me and him, and this tree, it was a huge, huge tree. And you couldn't wrap your arms around it. It was huge. And we are looking at this tree, and it's just in the middle of this field, of this grass field on a little hill. And right like down the road, there was a little paved road. And so we're just standing in front of this tree, and we're on like this cement. And anyways, the devil, he was there too. And I couldn't see him, but he was talking to us. And he told me, he said, I've lied, but that's okay. And I've cheated, and I've stole, but that's okay. I've done many bad things, but that's okay. And I just started busting out crying and praying to God, because, I've done those things, and it's not okay. No matter what the devil tells you, it's not okay. And I was praying for God to forgive me, and to just come into my heart and wash away my sins, and just praying out loud, just God, change me and forgive me, forgive my family, be with my family. God, change us, let us live for you, God. And I was pouring tears. And then the next thing I know, my pavement I was standing on, it started moving, and it started going up towards the sky. And I look back, and my boyfriend, he's still in front of the tree, and he was talking to the tree and patting it like it was his buddy. And I start moving, and there's so many thoughts going through my head, and my heart was racing. It was pounding out of my chest, and my adrenaline was pumping. And I just kept thinking, what's heaven gonna look like? Is my mom gonna be there waiting for me? What's gonna happen? And I was nervous of the unknown. And so I looked to the sky, and it was cloudy, and then the sun starts peeking through the clouds, and then the whole sky was bright, so blinding bright. And then I woke up and I heard my fan in my room, and that's how I knew I was awake. And I opened my eyes and I turned on the lights, and my heart was racing in real life, and it was pounding, and I was breathing heavy. I could hear myself breathing, and I was just blown away. I woke up, it was probably like 3:30 in the morning. And like I said, this was only like a week or two after I was saved and after I gave my life to God. And I should have made this video a long time ago. I really should have, but I just pray for God to forgive me and to use this now and to continue to use me. And if something happens in your life, or if you have a dream or you have a vision, share it. Let God use you, because you never know what He's using you for, or what kind of effect that you can have in somebody else's life, or if they needed that message, or if they needed the assurance, or for whatever it may be. I'm not sure why, but I know God has a plan, and I know God is going to use it, and He can use you too. So just be faithful, be bold in your faith, unlike I was 2 years ago when I should have done this. Just be bold in your faith, and don't worry about what this world is going to think of you, or your friends are going to think of you, because none of that is going to matter. I promise Jesus is coming, and it'll be sooner than you think. So just give your life to Him and let Him use you, and be obedient and be bold. So thank you for watching.